Hello friends and welcome back to the Radio Astronomy lecture series. My name is Sahil Sawant and I have completed my B.Tech in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from VIT Pune. And I am currently pursuing my M.Tech in Computer Engineering from here at VJTI Mumbai. I have also had research experience in radio astronomy at IUCAA Pune. In this lecture series, we will explore how scientists observe the universe using the radio waves. We will understand the physics behind astronomical radio sources and also study the engineering principle behind the radio telescopes. This course is designed in such a way that students from high school level, engineering background, and physics background can all understand the concepts step by step. In today's lecture, we are going to study one of the most fundamental topics in astronomy and its physics, which is the electromagnetic spectrum, the complete range of electromagnetic radiation that fills our universe. Before we dive deeper into radio astronomy, we first need to understand the basic language of the universe, which is the electromagnetic radiation. Every astronomical observation that we make is based on detecting some of the most significant forms of electromagnetic wave. Whether we are observing gamma rays from a supernova explosion, visible light from distant galaxies, or infrared radiation from the star forming regions, or radio waves emitted by pulsars, we are essentially observing different parts of same electromagnetic spectrum. Radio astronomy specifically focuses on the long wavelength, low frequency region of the spectrum. However, to understand the radio waves that are so useful for astronomy, we first need to understand how the electromagnetic waves behave and how different types of electromagnetic radiations are related to each other. Therefore, in this video, we will explore what electromagnetic waves are, what the electromagnetic spectrum looks like, and how the properties such as wavelength, frequency, and energy describe about the waves. Now, electromagnetic waves are oscillating electric and magnetic field that propagate through the space. One of the most remarkable features of electromagnetic radiation is that it does not require any material medium to travel. Unlike sound waves, which require air or another medium to propagate, electromagnetic waves can travel through the vacuum of the space. This is the reason why we are able to observe light and radio signals that are coming from the stars, galaxies, or any other cosmic objects located millions or even billions of light years away from Earth. An electromagnetic wave consists of two components, that is electric field and a magnetic field. These two fields are oscillate in different directions that are perpendicular to each other. At the same time, both fields are perpendicular to the direction in which the wave travels. Because of this geometry, electromagnetic waves are classified as transverse waves. This fundamental understanding was developed in 19th century by Scottish physicist James Clerk Maxwell, whose equation predicted the existence of electromagnetic waves. All the electromagnetic waves travel through vacuum at the same constant speed, which we call the speed of light. The value of the speed of light is approximately 300 million meters per second. Or mathematically, we write it as 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 meters per second. This constant is represented by the symbol c, and it appears in many fundamental equations in physics and in astronomy. The relationship between speed of light, wavelength, and frequency is described by one of the most important equations in wave physics. This equation is written as c equals lambda multiplied by nu, where lambda represents the wavelength of the light and mu represents the frequency. The simple equation connects two important characteristics of electromagnetic waves and help us understand how different types of radiations are behaving. Now let us talk about the electromagnetic spectrum itself. The electromagnetic spectrum is the complete range of electromagnetic radiation arranged according to the wavelength or frequency. One end of the spectrum have gamma rays, which have extremely short wavelengths but extremely high energies. After gamma rays comes X-rays, followed by ultraviolet radiation, visible light, which is the only part that our human eyes are able to perceive. Beyond the visible light, we have infrared radiation, microwaves, and finally the radio waves, which have the longest wavelength and the shortest frequencies. Even though visible light is the portion of spectrum familiar to us, it is actually the spectrum only a tiny fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum. Most astronomical phenomena emit radiations across wide range of electromagnetic wavelengths, which is why astronomers use different types of telescopes to observe different regions of this electromagnetic spectrum. In order to understand electromagnetic radiation more clearly, we need to understand two key features, that is wavelength and frequency. The wavelength of a wave, represented by Greek letter lambda, is the distance between two consecutive peaks or the crests of a wave. This is typically measured in meters, centimeters, or even nanometers depending on the radiation we are studying. Frequency, on the other hand, describes how many wave cycles pass through a given point in a second. Frequency is measured in hertz, where 1 hertz means 1 cycle per second. Wavelength and frequency are directly related through the equation we discussed earlier, which is C equals lambda times nu. Since the speed of light is constant, if the wavelength becomes larger, the frequency must decrease. Similarly, if the wavelength becomes smaller, the frequency must increase. This means wavelength and frequency are inversely proportional to each other. Another important electromagnetic radiation that electromagnetic radiation carries is the energy. In quantum physics, electromagnetic radiation can be described being made up of particles known as photons, and each photon carries an amount of energy, and this energy depends directly on the frequency of the radiation. The relationship between energy and frequency is given by the equation E equals h multiplied by nu, where E represents the energy, nu is the frequency, and h is the fundamental constant that is known as Planck's constant. Planck's constant has value of approximately 6.626 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 34 joule seconds. This equation tells us that the radiation with higher frequency has higher energy per photon. Similarly, since the frequency and wavelengths are related, we can also express the energy of photon in the terms of wavelength. By substituting the wave equation into the energy equation, we obtain another useful formula, which is E equals h multiplied by c upon lambda. This equation shows the energy of electromagnetic radiation being inversely proportional to the wavelength and directly proportional to the frequency. This means shorter wavelengths correspond to higher energies and higher wavelengths correspond to the lower energies. On the other hand, radio waves have longer wavelengths and therefore much lower energy per photon. Despite its lower energy, radio waves are extremely valuable in astronomy because they provide information about physical process and cannot be observed using optical telescopes. Now, radio waves allow astronomers to study many fascinating objects and phenomena in the universe. For example, neutral hydrogen atoms in the interstellar space emit radiations at wavelengths of 21 centimeters, which lies in the radio region of the spectrum. By detecting this radiation, astronomers can map the structure of galaxy and study the distribution of hydrogen gas throughout the Milky Way. Radio observations are also essential for studying the pulsars, which are rapidly rotating neutron stars that emit periodic bursts of radio waves. In addition, radio waves produced by relativistic jets near black holes, by supernova remnants, and by various plasma processes occurring in the space. Another advantage of radio waves is that they can pass through the cosmic dust clouds that block the visible light, allowing us to look at the regions of the universe that are otherwise hidden in the visible rays. To summarize this lecture, we have discussed the concept of electromagnetic waves and the electromagnetic spectrum, which includes radiation ranging from gamma rays to radio waves. We learned that the electromagnetic waves are oscillations of electric and magnetic field that travel through the space at the speed of light. We also explored the relationship between wavelength, frequency, and the energy. We were introduced to two of the most important equations, C equals lambda nu and E equals h nu, which can also be written as E equals hc upon lambda. These equations form the foundation of understanding the radiation in the astronomy and in the physics. In the next video of this series, we will move on one step towards exploring the fundamental properties of electromagnetic waves, which are amplitude, frequency, phase, and polarization. Concepts that are extremely important in the radio astronomy and signal analysis. If you enjoyed this lecture and would like to learn more about radio astronomy and astrophysics, make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next lecture. If you like this video, hit that like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram as well. Until then, have a good day.